Vancouver-based Burcon Nutrascience is working on a deal with Archer Daniels Midland to sell its soy-based products worldwide. Tell us more. We are joined by our President and Chief Operating Officer, Johan Tergesen. Johan, great to have you here.
Yeah,
Tell us about what this ADM deal is going to do for you. What is the structure of the deal?
What this deal is a license of our Clarisoy technology, the technology that we have for producing soy protein, which is acid soluble, to ADM on a worldwide basis, globally across all products and all regions, for ADM ultimately to build plants and produce the product and sell it to their customers worldwide.
Well, what is the product? What is the advantage of having a soy protein that's soluble in acid?
Right. What it ultimately comes back to is you can put it into applications that are convenient. So, as an example, into beverages. I just was at Starbucks this morning and I grabbed a Naked Juice mango beverage. Perfect example of where you could put protein in and make it a more complete product. Ultimately, it's health and wellness is why people want protein in their products, and this is a fantastic product. It doesn't have the soybean taste. You can put it into, as an example, something like cranberry juice, and it's literally dissolved in soluble so that it's still transparent. There's none of the texture or mouthfeel that people are accustomed to from soy products, and certainly none of the beanie taste.
So a wellness product, I think of that as a North American kind of thing, kind of being cool, get your protein with your juice.
Yeah.
Does it have broader
No, it really absolutely does. Health and wellness is huge in Europe. In fact, a significant number of the institutional investors that hold our stock are European companies, and that's a big focus for them. Other fabulous target markets would be Japan, as an example, and then really Southeast Asia is developing as another market. The U.S. though would be and Canada would be the first opportunities for it. Into products from big brand names too. You know, you could see it into products like Coca-Cola owns Odwalla, Pepsi owns Naked Juice. Those would be examples that I would imagine closer to home here. You know, a company like La Salle who has fruit-based beverage products across the country. Great examples.
And would ADM be the company building relationships with those companies, or
yes.
Are you still able to build those relationships on your own?
We will do work on our own, but ultimately, absolutely it's ADM. This is really what it's all about. In fact, when we look at this opportunity, one of the things that we use, a catchphrase, is we say big likes to buy from big. So the big companies that have their brand names, they don't want to be buying anything like this from a little Canadian company. They want to be buying it from a company like Archer Daniels Midland. It comes down to so many things. It's the innovation scientists there. It's ultimately the security that they know they're buying this ingredient and they'll be able to get it 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. They can enter into long-term agreements with them. It really even comes down to things like security in the true sense of the word. Homeland security in the U.S. requires that food manufacturers know where their ingredients are coming from, that they know the facilities, etc. So big likes to buy from big. It's a fantastic situation there for Burcon to be licensing our technology to a company like ADM. They're really an exceptional organization, fantastic right from the engineering guys through to the salespeople, and they have the capability, the capacity to truly make this a global opportunity.
And let's talk a little bit about money, because you're a developmental company really right now. You're a science company, a technology company.
Yes.
This is going to provide you ultimately with some revenue.
This is our first, this is absolutely going to be our first revenue stream. We've been pre-revenue for 11 years, if you can believe it. We've raised nearly $50 million to date doing this research.
A lot of patient investors. Is that a long time?
It's been, I think it's been a very long time. I have a lot of investors who have been with us right from day one, and they've been patient, but I think they're going to be very well rewarded from it. We've been very good in the way we operate. We still have $13 million in the bank. I wish we had $13 billion. But we expect, under the agreement that we've just signed with ADM, we will actually start to receive revenue from them at the point in time when we sign the definitive agreement, which is expected to happen before March 1st. And they'll start to pay us a royalty even before they build the first plant. We'll start to earn a quarterly royalty.
Okay, yeah, and explain exactly how the revenue stream comes back to you as ADM scours the world for opportunities.
It will be a royalty on sales. So initially they will build what ADM calls a semi-works plant. It's a commercial facility, and they'll start to sell product to their customers. And ultimately, the deal is structured so that it has a great incentive for ADM to increase sales globally. The royalty rate will actually drop as they reach commercial sales in different geographic regions. So it starts at a relatively high rate in North America. When they expand sales into Asia, Central and South America, Europe, including Eastern Europe, and then the rest of the world, there are step-down royalty rates for them to pursue that. So it's a great win-win situation. It's a reason for them to want to go global quickly. It's fabulous for us, of course, because we get our royalty on sales.
And let's just take a look at the stock, because it is up a little bit today, 2%. It was up on 1.5% yesterday. But on Monday, I think when this deal was announced, the stock was down 13%.
I know. It was like opposite day. I can't explain. Apparently, what we announced wasn't in line with what people were expecting. What I can tell you, though, is this is a great deal for Burcon, and I guess my job at this point is to get out and...
What would they have been expecting? Because there's really no terms here to this that they could say, well, you're only getting this percentage royalty instead of that percentage
That's
royalty.
right.
So how could somebody...
Arguably, I suppose they could have been expecting that we would have a joint venture. One of the things
Okay.
that we were pursuing and looking for, but you know, it's an interesting thing when the deeper we got into the discussions and the negotiations with these big companies, the structure of licensing it, of a royalty structure, does make the most sense. They have extreme capability in terms of production. ADM has over 240 production plants around the world. Their engineers are absolutely brilliant. In fact, you know what? Their engineers are in Winnipeg, in Burcon's facility today. They're going to be there all week. I mean, they're jumping on this. They have an existing global sales force. They have the capital. There really was no need, from their perspective, of anything except having access to our technology. And really, it does make the most sense. It gives Burcon now the bandwidth at the point in time when we hand the intellectual property to them. We hand this baton to them, and they run and make sales. It gives us the ability now to turn and look at our other products. You know, we will continue to push forward on our canola protein, and we have other things in the pipeline. We've been looking at sunflower protein. Even hemp protein is something we've been looking at.
Great to have you here. Thanks for the update.
Thank you for having me.
We were joined by Burcon NutraScience President and Chief Operating Officer Johan Tergesen.
And let's